All right, let's talk about something that affects every single person driving a big rig on our nation's highways. It's called a CSA score. Now, CSA stands for Compliance, Safety, Accountability. It's a bit of a mouthful, I know. Think of it like a report card for professional drivers and the companies they work for. It's a system the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, or FMCSA, uses to keep an eye on how safely everyone is operating out there on the blacktop. It's not just about getting a gold star. This score has a real, tangible impact on your job, your paycheck, and your ability to keep doing the work that keeps this country moving. It's a serious business, and understanding it is the first step to mastering it. So, why should you, the person behind the wheel, care about some letters and numbers cooked up by a government agency? Simple. Your CSA score follows you. If you have a good low score, you look like a top-notch professional. You're the kind of driver companies want to hire and keep. It tells them you're reliable, you're safe, and you're not a risk. On the flip side, a high score can be a big red flag. It can make it harder to find good jobs. It might lead to more frequent and more thorough roadside inspections, and it could even put your commercial driver's license, your CDL, in jeopardy. It's your professional reputation, all boiled down to a number. Think of it this way. I've done a lot of dirty jobs, and in every single one, your reputation is everything. Whether you're cleaning a sewer or building a bridge, people need to know they can count on you to do the job right and do it safely. Trucking is no different. Your CSA score is a direct reflection of your commitment to safety on the road. It tells the story of how you handle your vehicle, how you manage your time, and how seriously you take the immense responsibility of piloting an 80,000-pound machine. It's not just about avoiding tickets, it's about proving you're a professional who takes pride in their work and respects the rules of the road. This isn't about making your life harder, it's about creating a safer environment for everyone. When you see a truck on the highway, you want to know the person driving it is qualified, well-rested, and operating a safe vehicle. The CSA program is designed to make sure that's the case. It helps identify carriers and drivers who might need a little extra attention or training before a small problem becomes a big one. So, getting a handle on your score isn't just good for you, it's good for your fellow drivers, for the families in the cars around you, and for the industry as a whole. It's a shared responsibility, and it starts with understanding the rules of the game. So how does this whole scoring thing work? It's not as mysterious as it sounds. The system gathers data from a few key places. The biggest sources are roadside inspections and crash reports. Every time you pull into a weigh station and an officer looks over your truck and your logbook, that information goes into the system. If they find a violation, say a burned out headlight or an issue with your hours of service, that gets recorded. The same goes for any reported crash you're involved in, regardless of who was at fault. All this data is collected and sorted into different categories, which the FMCSA calls basics. These basics are the building blocks of your score. They cover unsafe driving, like speeding or reckless maneuvering. There's a category for crash indicator, which tracks your history of accidents. Another big one is hours of service compliance, making sure you're not driving while fatigued. Then you have vehicle maintenance, which covers everything from your tires and brakes to your lights. There are also categories for controlled substances, alcohol, hazardous materials compliance, and driver fitness. Each violation you get is assigned a certain number of points based on how severe it is. For example, a logbook error might be a few points, but driving under the influence is a whole different ballgame with a much higher point value. Now, here's where it gets interesting. These points don't stick around forever, but they do have a shelf life. The more recent a violation is, the more heavily it weighs against your score. A violation from last month will impact your score more than one from a year ago. Violations are multiplied by 3 for the first 6 months, by 2 for the next 6 months, and then they count at face value for the final year. After 2 years, violations against a driver are removed from the calculation. This system is designed to reward continuous improvement and safe behavior over time. It shows that you're not defined by one bad day, but by your consistent performance. It's also crucial to remember that your personal actions contribute to your carrier's overall score. You're part of a team, and your performance on the road reflects on the entire company. If a company has too many drivers with violations, their company-wide CSA score will go up. This can trigger warning letters from the FMCSA, audits, and other interventions that nobody wants to deal with. So when you're out there, you're not just driving for yourself. You're representing your employer and every other driver who wears the same company logo. It's a team sport, and everyone has to do their part to keep the team's record clean. Alright, so we know what these scores are and how they're calculated. The big question is, what can you do about it? How do you keep that score nice and low? The most important thing you can do is also the most obvious: conduct thorough pre-trip and post-trip inspections every single time. I'm talking about getting out of the cab and actually looking. Check your tires, your lights, your brakes, and your coupling. Most violations found during a roadside inspection are things that could have been caught and fixed before you ever hit the road. A few minutes with a flashlight and a tire thumper can save you a world of headaches, points, and fines down the line. Next up, let's talk about what happens inside the cab. Your paperwork and your hours of service are huge. Know the HOS rules inside and out. Don't push your luck trying to squeeze in a few extra miles when your clock is running out. It's just not worth the risk. With electronic logging devices, or ELDs, there's no hiding it anymore. So, manage your time wisely. Plan your trips, know where you're going to stop for your breaks, and give yourself plenty of buffer time. A clean, accurate logbook is one of the hallmarks of a true professional, and it's one of the first things an inspector will look at. Don't give them a reason to dig any deeper. On the road, it's all about attitude and awareness. Drive defensively. That means leaving plenty of space between you and the vehicle in front, signaling your intentions early, and constantly scanning your mirrors and the road ahead. Avoid common mistakes like speeding, making unsafe lane changes, or following too closely. These are the kinds of things that not only lead to accidents, but also attract the wrong kind of attention from law enforcement. Remember, you're the professional out there. You set the standard for safe driving. A calm, patient, and focused approach will not only keep you safer, but it will also keep your CSA score right where you want it to be. Finally, if you do get pulled over for an inspection, your attitude can make a big difference. Be professional, be courteous, and be cooperative. These officers are just doing their job, which is to ensure safety on the public roads we all share. Having a clean cab and organized paperwork ready to go shows that you take your job seriously. If they do find a violation, don't argue. Listen, understand the issue and make sure it gets fixed. You can even challenge incorrect violations later through the data queues system. But in the moment, a professional demeanor can go a long way in making a potentially stressful situation a smooth and quick one. At the end of the day, all this talk about scores, points, and inspections boils down to one simple fundamental truth. Safety is good for everyone. It's not just about keeping the government happy or avoiding a fine, it's about protecting your livelihood. A good CSA score is like money in the bank. It makes you a valuable asset to your company and a sought-after professional in the industry. It opens doors to better-paying jobs, more desirable routes, and the kind of job security that lets you provide for your family without worry. A clean record is your best resume, and it's one you build every single day you're on the road. Think about the ripple effect of safe driving. When you do your job the right way, you're not just protecting yourself. You're protecting your company's reputation and its bottom line. Fewer accidents and violations mean lower insurance premiums, fewer repairs, and less downtime for the entire fleet. This financial health allows the company to invest back into its drivers and equipment, creating a better work environment for you and your colleagues. It's a cycle of success. Your professionalism helps the company thrive, and a thriving company is a better place to work. It's a classic win-win situation, built on a foundation of mutual trust and responsibility. And let's not forget the most important part of this whole equation: the people. The families in the minivans, the commuters heading home from work, your fellow truckers. Everyone on that road is counting on you to be a safe and responsible professional. Every time you complete a trip without an incident, you've done your part to make our nation's highways a little bit safer. It's a heck of a responsibility, but it's also something to be incredibly proud of. The work you do is absolutely essential. You deliver the goods that stock our shelves, build our homes, and fuel our economy. Doing that job safely is the highest form of respect for the communities you serve. So the next time you climb into your cab, remember that you're not just a truck driver, you're a guardian of the highway. Your commitment to safety, reflected in your low CSA score, is a testament to your skill, your dedication, and your character. It's what separates the amateurs from the professionals. It keeps your career secure, it helps your company succeed, and it ensures that everyone gets home to their families at the end of the day. And that, my friends, is a job worth doing right. Keep up the great work, stay safe out there, and keep on trucking. The country is counting on you.